So here violations form. Where is violations? My violations. So in this example, return first if condition. You have to start if first if condition only, and remaining statements, all statements in you have to write in else condition only. So if first condition is success, go to second condition. If second condition also success, go to another else. So like this scenario you have to write for all controls. Okay, here for drop down list, for drop down list, take in another row, select id equal to ddl, okay, birth, option, options like hmm, okay, options like you have to take like this. Okay, first option you have to take like this, select option, okay, value 0, and second option your date of birth January, okay, February, okay, here for months available in data birth drop down list. So after complete the email text box validation, you have to write for this drop down also. So here in this if else condition, checking email validation. So here filter dot test, checking email pattern. If email pattern not equal to our HTML or email, getting alert box, otherwise go to next form, next statement. So here you have to write else if here document dot element by id ddl birth dot value not equal to 0 value. Okay, select chase selected value not equal to 0. Okay, here this is the selected value 0, otherwise equal to 0. You can show alert box. If you select alert 0, Please select date of birth. Next, here take another else statement. Alert, put here success message. Okay, in drop down list, your first name getting error. Okay, please enter last name. So here I have to write some code for this also. Okay, last name. Please enter mobile number. Mobile number like an email at gmail.com and submitting. Okay, please select date of birth. Okay, getting this message also. Okay, I did not select from drop down list, so I'm selecting February month, so submitting. Okay, success. So like this, write validations for drop down list, and for any control you have to write in else if conditions only. So here okay, so you have to remove styles also like this. After success this first name text box, remove styles. Okay, So this is the example for drop down list also. You can add remaining elements like remaining elements in else condition. You put here else if condition and check the pattern. Okay, here only, not in other if conditions. So for drop down list, you have to write like this. And next, JavaScript to exception handling. If any error has occurred, if any error occurred in our code, here in JavaScript provides um, exception handling to catch the errors. Okay, try, catch, throw, and finally blocks is available. Okay, in Java.NET, like try statement lets you look a block of code for errors. Okay, in try block, your written code and catch statement lets you handle error. If any error has occurred in our code, in catch statement, catch the error. Throw statements lets you create custom errors. So here throw the state what error you occurred in try block using throw statement, throw the error, and finally statement lets you execute code after try and catch regardless of the result. Using final block master should execute even error has occurred. Try catch example. So here body tag, one paragraph is there. In script tag using try block. Okay, in try block this is the inner try block. First try block documented write, outer try running. Okay, this is written in document. And inner try block documented write, nested try running. Okay, this will write in document. Here throw new error 301 an error. Here any error is there. Okay, uh, it will find the error in catch the error in catch statement and throw that error using throw statement. And finally block machine should will execute even error has occurred in our try block. And inner try catch finally completed. Next outer catch, and finally here is there any error in nested try block. Catch the error in outer catch block. Okay, here using e variable. Okay, outer catch caught message. What type of message we occurred in our code. Okay, display the error message. And finally block outer finally running. Here first time outer try running is output is displayed here, written here, and nested try running and displayed here. Nested catch card 301. Okay, in try block we are getting error. Okay, so nested catch cart displaying this error message, nested catch cart 301. Okay, 301 message, and next nested finally is running. Okay, here this nested finally running. If any error occurred, finally should execute, and outer catch card 301. Here outer catch getting a message from this catch, okay, displayed here, and outer finally running. So like this you have to write try catch and finally statements for exception handling. And here undefined and null values is there. Undefined and null values. Suppose if you create one variable like var k, okay, semicolon, this is the undefined variable. Okay, you are not applied value yet. You can apply null value to the variable. So here undefined means a variable has been declared. A variable has been declared but not at assigned value. Okay, this is the undefined variable, not assigned a value. On the other hand, null is an assignment value. Okay, you can assign the null value like this. Okay, this is also one value. Okay, null is also one value, and this is one undefined variable. Okay, defined and null is also important. Okay, null is also one value, so it can be assigned to a variable as a representation of no value. So there is no value, but null is there. Okay, difference between equal to and triple equal to. This is interview question. Okay, this is very important. Okay, sometimes you have to write code for double equal to or triple equal to. Okay, there is a difference between these two, a double equal to and triple equal to. Double equal to checks only equality. Okay, equality means if I have two variables like uh, here I2 and k equal to some, okay, some value, okay, string value. So here I have to check these two values, I equal to k. Okay, both is not equal to, right? Okay, checks only equality. Equality means these two, this is integer variable and this is string variable. Okay, is equality checking here using double equal to. So here we will get error. Okay, triple equal checks equality and type also. So you have to check here using triple equal to. Okay, value is equal to equal or not, and type also is equal to or not, checking here using triple equal to. Double equal to checking only value, okay, not type. Double equal to checking only values, triple equal to checking value plus and type also, data type. since JavaScript supports both script equality and type converting equality. Okay, type converting is the type converting equality. If here in K also we have two integers, this is the successful statement. If I triple equal to K, and this is integer variable, this is also integer variable, and here you have to take 2. So this is a successful message. I equal to okay K, and here 2 value and here 2 value. Okay, sometimes you have to write like this also in real time. And final concept is object oriented in Java .NET. Okay, already you have to know what is object oriented programming. Okay, class, object, and new keywords. Okay, abstraction, polymorphism, and all is there in JavaScript also. Okay, here JavaScript supports object oriented programming, but not same as the other languages like CPP, C Sharp, Java. Why it is not same like other languages? But yes, a little bit difference is there for JavaScript oops and Java C Sharp oops. In JavaScript there is no class. Okay, there is no class in JavaScript. The main difference between JavaScript and other languages is that there is no class in JavaScript. Okay, in other languages we have class and objects like that. Here there is no classes, but classes are very important to create objects. But how you create objects in JavaScript? Okay, here in JavaScript we are written functions only, right? Function like function name. Okay, in JavaScript this function also treat as class. Okay, this is not only function, this will treat as class also. Functions, using functions like classes. Here is the main concepts in OOPS: objects, class, constructor, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism. Okay, these are the main concepts in OOPS concepts. Suppose if you want to create object for class, so here function name means like class name. Here created one function. Okay, you have to use this class name function name as class. Okay, here class name object equal to new class name like C Sharp and CPP. And next you can call function in class. So here object every object will have some properties and functions, and so many ways to create objects in JavaScript, like object type object type objects, and you can create an object like where obj equal to object dot create a null, and using create new keyword you can create like this. First of all you have to check class example. So here there is no class in JavaScript as it is prototype based language, but we can simulate the class concept using JavaScript functions. Okay, we have to use JavaScript functions to create object like classes. Okay, so here in this example, when I'm clicking one button, create one class and display some person name, okay, from class. So here in JavaScript created one function, person is the class name, and in class name creating properties, this non this dot name equal to JavaScript, and created one function also in person class. Okay, this dot say hi is the function name equal to function. Okay, using this keyword we have to create properties and functions in this function so that we can create classes. Using this uh, class name we can access properties and functions. Okay, this function return name and says hi. So here created one class, so we have to access properties and functions in another function. So we have to create object for person, right? So here created one function, say hi function. Okay, this is the one function, this is the one function. Okay, both are different functions. This function is in person class, this function is out of the person class, where p equal to new person. Okay, created object for person class. Okay, like one instance alert p dot say hi function. Okay, p object person class object accessing, okay, function from person class p dot say hi function. When I'm clicking button when I'm click on the button, say hi function will execute here, say hi function. Okay, in this function created object for this class and display return value using alert box from this class function. Okay, this function returns JavaScript says hi. Okay, output. Okay, output is JavaScript. Okay, says hi. Okay, this is the output in alert box. Okay, when I click on this button, okay, JavaScript says hi. Okay, this is the output for class. Okay, here clicking this button. When I'm clicking this button, onClick event is occur, and JavaScript function called executed, and in this JavaScript function executed person class. Okay, this is the output. Like this we have to create classes. Okay, you have to use this keyword to create properties and functions in JavaScript function to create the classes. And next, constructor use it to assign properties of the variables. Okay, you have to create using constructor, we can assign the values to the variables. using new operator. Constructor used to assign values to the properties of the class while creating object using new operator. Here constructor example. Here when I'm click on the this button, testing function will execute here. Okay, this function is executed here. Function testing in this first statements, uh, creating person instance where p equal to new person and passing parameters, okay, to the class, passing parameters to class like constructors. Okay, we can pass the parameters to only constructors. Function here created one constructor like person, name and age is the parameters. Name and age is the parameter. Here passing two values and name and age. Here created two properties, this dot person name, this dot person age. For these two properties assign these parameters, okay, name and age, and says hi. This is the function. This function returns this function name and person name plus says hi. Okay, here this output means, here output is Harsha says hi. Okay, passing this name, Harsha name, passing to this function like a constructor, assign to person name property, and this person name property return using this function. So Harsha says hi. In second statement, Varun and 23 is the age. Pass into this parameter. Okay, this person class, and P1 is the instance for person class, and in alert box P1 dot says hi. So here output is Varun says hi. So like this you can pass the parameters to constructor. Okay, first alert box Harsha says hi, and second alert box Varun says hi. Okay, the same time displaying two alert boxes. Okay, passing two different parameters to a single class. Using constructors you have to work like this. And inheritance means you can access the parent class properties in child class. Okay, you can create the new class from already existing class. uh, Inheritance is a process of getting the properties and functions of one class to another class. So you can create new class from already existed class, and we can access properties from the parent class. And also we can create new class from already existed class. So here inheritance, here there is no button also when I'm running this inheritance form. This will show the output. Here created base class, okay, like function. Base class is the name and function, and here created properties and function. This dot name is the property. Here name Nagaraju Kishore and triple X is the name of the property, assigned value, and this dot do something is a function name. This function name, this function display the alert box. This is the base class. Okay, this is base class. And next created derived class. Okay, this is one derived class and function. Here created object for base class, where bc equal to new base class. Created object for base class. Here created name one variable. Here name is the variable in base class. Here where name one is the property in variable in derived class. For this variable assigning base class name, okay, bc dot name. Okay, this is the name property. Okay, using this uh, object accessing this name property, we assign this value to name one variable. And next bc dot do something. Bc dot do something, calling this function do something function. Here alert derived class, okay, derived class plus name, displayed name, this name here. Okay, this variable name one variable, and here return bc. This derived class return total bc object. So we have to create object for derived class and display our output. And here where cls1 is the object for derived class, new derived class 1, and cls dot do something. This do something calling from this base class. Okay, this base class value displayed from this alert box. Okay, derived class, okay, Nagaraju Kishore triple X. Okay, displayed this alert box only because accessing property and function in the derived class. So we created object for derived class and call this function only. So this function accessing property from this class and displayed this alert box only. Okay, this is the inheritance concept. And encapsulation. Using encapsulation, we can hide the information. Okay, okay. Before going to encapsulation and abstraction, first we need to know what data hiding is and how we can achieve it in JavaScript. Data hiding is protecting the data from accessing it outside the scope. Okay, we have to give the product to our class using encapsulation. So here created one class, person class, and here created by a private variable where date of birth equal to date, and creating public properties. Okay, this date of birth variable we can access only in this class only. We can access only in this class. This written public properties we can access from outside of the class. Okay, so that we have to use return keyword. In this return keyword created age, name to properties, and data getting date of birth is a function. This date of birth function returning DOB variable. Okay, here is the DOB variable. So here created one object for person class. Okay, alert POBJ object.dob. Here accessing the dob variable. So here you will get undefined message. Okay, because we can't access private variables from outside of the class. So here in next alert box calling this get dob function. So get dob function return this date of birth, and next second alert box displayed name from this. So here undefined, we can't access variable from outside the class, private variable. So here public variable. Okay, in public variable displayed okay date, and third alert box displayed name. So this is the name. Okay, here given Satish name. So this name displayed in alert box. So we can access public variable from outside the class. We can't access private variables like this. And here abstraction. Abstraction means hiding the inner implementation details and showing only outer details. So we can implement the classes from outside of the abstract class. We can define only function names in abstract class. Okay, in order to understand abstraction in JavaScript, let's take an example from JavaScript library jQuery. Okay, library jQuery. Uh, to select one HTML element using jQuery, you have to write like this dollar symbol. Okay, EL is the element ID, and to access element use hash symbol to get the element. So to select an element with ID ELE on the web page, actually this code calls below navigate JavaScript code. Okay, here this is the code. Okay, in JavaScript you have to for getting element write like this. In jQuery you have to write like this, but we don't need to know that. We can happy use the element without knowing the inner details of the implementation. So here there is a implementation in JavaScript in jQuery. So this is the small statement. You can access element in JavaScript. You can access using this statement HTML elements. Here here on function is created, shape variable, and this dot shape name equal to none, shape dot prototype dot draw function. Abstract class is not clear in JavaScript. Okay, drawing circle output, drawing circle displayed. Okay, from this prototype you can yeah, here we are creating object for class. Okay, using prototype circle dot prototype dot equal to object dot create. We are creating uh, class object for circle class. Okay, this is the circle class, and alert circle dot draw. Circle dot draw here created one function, draw function. This function return this. Okay, drawing circle, pass in this circle parameter. Okay, and next to true. The abstract class is not clear. Okay, I will explain in next classes. And polymorphism. Polymorphism in OOPS means having more than one form. Like okay, in JavaScript, object or property method can have more than one form. Polymorphism is a very cool feature for dynamic binding or lead binding. For implement lead binding and dynamic binding, you have to use polymorphism. Polymorphism means one method may have differently in different classes. Okay, one operation may behave different in different classes. So here I have one polymorphism example. Using in polymorphism we have overloading and overriding, like lead binding and okay, function overloading and overriding two concepts is there in polymorphism. So here .NET in .NET you have to write like uh, overloading and overriding classes. Okay, here return one class for overloading. In the overloading concept, same function name and different proper parameters is there. Same function name and different parameters in same class. Okay, within the class we have to use two different functions. Okay, with the same name and different okay properties. First of all, For overriding concept, we have one function in one class, base class. Okay, in this base class, created one function, sample method, and created one child class, inheriting my class base class, inheriting this sample method from base class, class child colon my class, here inheriting base class, override void sample method. So in base class, same method name and same parameters and same type. Okay, in overriding concept in .NET, same method name, same parameters, same type also. Okay, you have to use virtual keyword and override keyword to implement overriding concept in .NET. For overloading within the single class, we have to use different classes with the same name and same different parameters. Here in JavaScript, here creating student class, function student, and student prototype equal to new person. Okay, this is the class here, function student, and for student class, creating object using prototype equal to new person. Student prototype equal to say hi function. This say hi function return hi, I am a student. And next created teacher class. Okay, teacher dot prototype equal to new person. Okay, teacher dot prototype dot say hi function return hi, I am a teacher return. Here created one object for student class, SOBJ equal to new student. Here checking object is equal for person class or not. Okay, obj instance of person. If obj instance of person, here created one person class also here. This person class created one function say hi. For this say hi created okay implementation in okay in person class. Okay, so alert JavaScript supports whoops. Okay, if object is equal to this object is for person class, display alert box supports whoops. Otherwise, any error box will not come. Okay, JavaScript supports whoops. Here I am putting an different obj. Here we didn't create SOBJ1 in this example. So here no alert box is there. So here checking this alert box is for person class or not. So these are the concepts in JavaScript. Okay, oops concepts also completed. And here window.object and window.close and window object methods is there and window location and window.history. Okay, window.back, history.back, history.forward. Okay, the window object is supported by all browsers. It represents the browser's window. If you want to open a new window, you have to use this window open method. And if you want to close any window, you have to use window.close method. Okay, here for window, suppose if you want to open validations form, okay, validations form, when you click on this button, this is the window form, okay, window.html form, okay. Yeah, this is the window.html form. From this form we have to open another window. If you want to open another window, click here, okay, displayed validations form, okay. So for this, write, when I'm clicking this button, open window function is called here, and window.open validations.html form is opened here. So if you want to close this window, so here, okay, open close function, open close function. If you want to close this window, you can write window.close method. Okay, here write okay, this is open here. If you want to close this window, click this, okay. So this window is closed here. So if you want to close window, use window.close method in JavaScript. And if you want to move or resize windows, you have to use move and resize two methods. And window.location, using window.location, we can get the window.location href. What is the URL of our window? Okay, returns the URL of the current page. And window.location.hostname return the domain name of the web host. Domain name of the web host means where is your website is hosted. Okay, and path name returns the path and file name of the current page, and protocol returns the web protocol used like HTTP or TCP or HTTPS. Okay, SN method loads a new document. So here window.location, so here window.location used here, SN, okay. To which page you want to redirect, you can use location.sn. So when I'm running this form, execute this form, this will redirect to Google. So here return google.com website, okay. Indo.history. Indo.history means uh, you can hide the back button and forward buttons using Indo.history concept. Okay, same as clicking back in the browser. Window history.back, history.forward, same as clicking forward in the browser. Okay, here two methods is there, back and forward. Back method is used to back button, here window back button, and forward method used to forward button. Okay, if you go back to another window, okay, previous page, you have to write this code. Okay, function go back function, and this function will call in um, button on click event. If you want to forward from uh, next page, uh, you have to write go forward method in button click event. Okay, indo.std.forward. So these are the concepts in OOPS. So in JavaScript.